Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines: campaigning for single-phase assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh and second phase of polling in Chhattisgarh to end tomorrow. Electioneering gains momentum in Telangana and Rajasthan. India International Trade Fair 2023 begins at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. Met Department forecasts heavy to very heavy rainfall at most places over north coastal regions and in interior parts of Tamilnadu. Relief and rescue work continues in under construction Silkyara Tunnel in Uttarakhand. And in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, India to take on New Zealand in the first semi-final in Mumbai tomorrow. Election campaign for single-phased assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh and second phase of polling in Chhattisgarh will conclude tomorrow evening. Polling for all 230 assembly constituencies of Madhya Pradesh and for 70 out of total 90 constituencies in Chhattisgarh under the second phase will be held on the 17th of this month. In Madhya Pradesh, all political parties have put their full strength into the campaign. Senior BJP leader and Prime Minister Narendra Modi today addressed election meetings in Betul, Shajapur and Jhabua in the state. He also held a roadshow in Indore. Senior BJP leader Amit Shah addressed a public meeting at Dev Talab in Mauganj district and held a roadshow in Jabalpur. Meanwhile, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi also addressed public meetings in Vidisha and Tikamgarh in Madhya Pradesh today. A report.
The hectic election campaign that has been going on for about 25 days in Madhya Pradesh will end tomorrow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today addressed his last rally for the Madhya Pradesh Assembly elections in Jhabua. He said that he will be present at the program organized on the birth anniversary of Lord Birsa Munda in Jharkhand tomorrow. Star campaigners of BJP addressed more than 30 rallies and meetings today. At the same time, a dozen meetings of Congress were also held. All the parties including SP, BSP, AAP and Janata Dal are also busy campaigning with full force. Most of the parties are claiming their victory and changing the picture of Madhya Pradesh in their campaign. Sanjeev Sharma, Akashvani News, Bhopal.
In Chhattisgarh, the election campaign is at its peak for the second phase assembly elections. Senior BJP leader and Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur addressed a press conference in Raipur. On the other hand, senior Congress leader and Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel also held a public meeting in favour of the party candidate in Navagarh Assembly constituency. More from our correspondent.
In the last phase of the election campaign, the main political parties, Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress, have put in all their strength to win over the voters in their favour. Tomorrow, apart from top BJP leader and Union Home Minister Amit Shah, senior Congress leader Rahul Gandhi will be on an election tour of Chhattisgarh. Leaders of both parties are making allegations and counter-allegations against each other. Apart from making the state free from corruption and crime, schemes for the welfare of farmers and the poor as well as youth and women are being included in the election promises. Raghavesh Pandey, Akashvani Samachar, Raipur.
In Telangana, the election authorities have rejected nominations of 606 candidates in 119 constituencies in the state. These nomination papers for the upcoming Telangana Assembly elections were rejected due to incomplete information. After scrutiny, 2,898 validly nominated candidates remain in the state election fray. The last date for withdrawal of candidature is tomorrow. Meanwhile, the election campaign has been gaining momentum across the state with top leaders of all major parties taking to the roads. Our correspondent has filed this report.
Ruling BRS Chief and Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao has asked people not to be influenced with the temptations while exercising their vote and choose their leader. Party Working President and Minister K. Tarak Ramarao held a roadshow at Chityal and said if BRS wins for the third time, it will be good for the poor people. BJP Rajya Sabha member Dr. K. Lakshman has alleged that the BRS and Congress have exploited the people of the state. BJP State President G. Kishan Reddy held door-to-door campaign. Lakshmi, Akashvani News, Hyderabad.
In Rajasthan, the first phase of home voting for assembly elections has started today. 51,033 voters above 80 years of age and 11,894 specially abled voters had applied for this facility in the state. The polling teams are getting these voters to vote at their homes through postal ballots. Polling for all 200 assembly constituencies will be held on the 25th of this month. Meanwhile, after the Diwali festival, the election campaign has once again intensified. More from our correspondent.
BJP leader and Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat today addressed a public meeting in favor of BJP candidate in Phalodi. He said that there is anger among the public against the Congress government of the state. BJP leader Sudhanshu Trivedi today addressed Karyakarta Sammelan in Kishanpol and Adarsh Nagar Assembly constituency of Jaipur. On the other hand, Congress leader and Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot and party in charge Sukhjinder Singh Randhawa addressed the public meeting after holding a roadshow in Kota. Jitendra Dwivedi, Akashvani News, Jaipur.
The Election Commission EC has issued notice to AAP National Convener Arvind Kejriwal following BJP's complaint to the Commission that two posts on AAP's official X handle allegedly portrayed Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a defamatory manner. EC said the posts prima facie violate the Model Code of Conduct as well as provisions of election and penal laws. The Election Commission has asked political parties to submit in sealed cover the details of electoral bonds received by them till September this year. They have been directed to send the details by tomorrow. This came following the direction of the Supreme Court that all political parties should give particulars of electoral bonds received by them till the 30th of September 2023 in sealed cover to the Commission. The 42nd edition of the India International Trade Fair 2023 was inaugurated at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi today. The fair will continue till the 27th of this month. Inaugurating the trade fair, Minister of State for Commerce and Industry Anupriya Patel said that the participation of over 3,500 exhibitors shows the confidence of the world in India. She said the 42nd edition of the Indian International Trade Fair will facilitate trade and investment, which will further promote economic growth and development of the country. The theme of the 14-day fair is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which emphasizes the significance of interconnectedness and cooperation in trade for achieving sustainable growth and well-being. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend the celebration of Janajatiya Gaurav Divas and release the 15th installment of the PM Kissan Scheme in Jharkhand tomorrow. The Janajatiya Gaurav Divas is celebrated every year to recognize the efforts of the tribals in the preservation of cultural heritage and promotion of Indian values of national pride, valor and hospitality. In the 15th installment, over 8 crore farmers will receive an amount of more than 18,000 crore rupees. ViasitBhatSalp Yatra is the largest ever initiative of the government to reach out to people, says Secretary, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Apurva Chandra. In an exclusive interview with Akashvani News, he said the vision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is that nobody should be left behind, and ViasitBhatSalp Yatra will be helpful in achieving this goal. The Secretary said in the initial stage of the Yatra, the primary focus is to cover the tribal population, farmers, women and youth, especially those who are living in tough terrains.
This ViasitBhatSalp Yatra has been organized as a project for saturation of all the schemes because the Prime Minister believes that 100% of the beneficiaries should be covered. This is the largest ever endeavor to reach all the Gram Panchayats of the country. More than 2.5 lakh Gram Panchayats will be covered over 2 months with a IEC van and several departments participating.
The interview in English can be heard just after this news bulletin. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
मैं स्मृति ईरानी लेकर आ रही हूँ नई सोच नई कहानी बुधवार सुबह 9 बजे आकाशवाणी गोल्ड 100.1 पर।
Welcome back to the news at 9. In Uttarakhand, relief and rescue operations for 40 workers trapped in the under-construction Silkyara Tunnel in Uttarkashi district continues for the third day today. Necessary arrangements have been made to safely evacuate the workers from the tunnel. For this, a 900mm diameter Hume pipe will be inserted inside the tunnel through an auger drilling machine. Uttarkashi District Chief Development Officer Gaurav Kumar said the administration is in constant touch with the workers through walkie-talkies. He said medicines, oxygen, water and adequate food are being supplied to the trapped workers through the pipe.
हमारे वर्कर्स से एसडीआरएफ के द्वारा और हमारे द्वारा लगातार बातचीत की जा रही है। 10 बजे आज सुबह उनसे कम्युनिकेशन एस्टेब्लिश हुआ है और वो सभी लोग सेफ एंड साउंड हैं। उनके लिए जो भी खाद्य पदार्थ की व्यवस्था है, पानी की व्यवस्था है, वो की जा रही है। कुछ दवाइयों की व्यवस्था भी सीएमओ साहब के द्वारा अभी की गई है और उनको दवाई भी भिजवाई जा रही है। जहाँ तक रेस्क्यू की बात है, पाइप पुशिंग अभी प्रारंभ होने वाली है प्रक्रिया, उसके लिए प्लेटफॉर्म तैयार हो चुका है।
Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami is monitoring the relief and rescue operations. In Tamilnadu, the regional Met Department has predicted heavy to very heavy rainfall at most places over north coastal parts and in interior parts of the state. Isolated heavy rains are also likely over 3 districts due to the prevalence of an upper air cyclonic circulation over southwest Bay of Bengal. A report.
The Weather Department has predicted widespread heavy rains in northern and interior delta districts of the state. Warning has also been given to Gulf of Mannar and Comorin areas where more rains coupled with squally weather are expected in the next 24 hours. Fishing activity has been stopped in the areas where heavy rains are predicted and educational institutions were closed today in rain-bound districts. Tamilnadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin took stock of the situation and visited the State Emergency Control Center at Chennai and interacted with the district collectors to deal with the situation. NDRF and SDRF teams are kept ready and instructions have been issued to the collectors to take immediate steps depending on the situation. Rainfall above 17 centimeters was witnessed today at Nagapattinam and more than 15 centimeters of rainfall in Kadalur, Tiruvarur and Mayiladuthurai district. Joy, Akashvani, Chennai.
India's wholesale inflation persisted in the negative territory for the 7th consecutive month in October this year. According to data released by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, the wholesale price index recorded a 0.52% decline in October compared to the same period last year. Wholesale inflation recorded a contraction of 0.26% in September. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry said in a statement that the negative rate of inflation is primarily due to fall in prices of chemicals, electricity, textiles, basic metals, food products and paper, etc., as compared to the corresponding month of the previous year. US President Joe Biden will meet his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation APEC summit in San Francisco tomorrow. It has been a year since Biden and Xi spoke. Their last meeting was at the Group of 20 summit, G20, in Indonesia last year. And since then, tensions between the two nations have grown following a series of events triggered by the shooting down of a Chinese spy balloon that had flown across the U.S. earlier this year. The Biden-Xi bilateral will be an important moment of the forum, which is dedicated to promoting trade, investment and economic development among nations around the Pacific Ocean. In the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, India will take on New Zealand in the first semi-final at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai tomorrow. This is the second time that the two teams will be facing off each other in a World Cup semi-final. The last one was in 2019. At the Wankhede Stadium, which is known for its high-scoring encounters, India had secured an impressive 302-run triumph against Sri Lanka earlier in the tournament. In the second semi-final, Australia will lock horns with South Africa at Eden Gardens in Kolkata on Thursday. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will attend the 10th ASEAN Defence Ministers Meeting Plus in Jakarta, Indonesia on the 16th and 17th of November, the Ministry of Defence has said. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Campaigning for single-phase assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh and second phase of polling in Chhattisgarh to end tomorrow. Electioneering gains momentum in Telangana and Rajasthan. India International Trade Fair 2023 begins at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. Met Department forecasts heavy to very heavy rainfall at most places of over north coastal regions and interior parts of Tamil Nadu. Relief and rescue work continues in under construction Silkyara Tunnel in Uttarakhand. And in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, India to take on New Zealand in the first semi-final in Mumbai tomorrow. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.